Welcome to the Redefine Podcast.
All right, happy Thursday and happy podcast day to you. Welcome to the show. If you're brand new, and of course, if you're an existing listener, welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. Car episode. Haven't done a car episode in a while. So, the reason I'm doing a car episode and the reason why I am a sweaty mess, if you're watching the video version of this, is because I am in town at the Highland Brewery. Highland Brewing Company for our weekly run club. So I'm part of the run club here at Highland, and I just got finished with my run. It was about 4 miles and change. I usually do 6, but I'm a little tired today. I'm a little run down, so I only did 4 and change, 7.2K. And now I'm the sweaty mess recording this in the car. But anyways, it's going to be a quick episode. Today I want to do reading list. I don't know that I've done reading lists before on this show. I don't remember doing one. So I thought it'd be cool to do one for you guys. Just, in case you were looking for your next read, or, if you're interested at all at what I'm currently learning, or what I'm reading and what I'm inputting. So I think this will be a regular segment here on the show, like a once a month thing. So today's going to be 3 books that I'm going to share with you. The first one is The Light We Shine by Michelle Obama. Wonderful, wonderful book. And I know I've talked about it in the past in passing, but I just finished listening to the book, and it's really, really good. And you know what, regardless of your politics, or regardless of how you feel about any of that stuff, this particular book has nothing, it has much less to do with politics and so much more to do with being human, right? It's so beautifully relatable. Again, despite what your politics are, and not even situationally, right? It's so relatable because humans, all of us, go through challenges. All of us face adversity, and it's not necessarily the specific adversities and challenges that we face, but it's the fact that we all struggle in life at some point or another, or through many occasions, and so that's why this particular book, I feel is not only incredibly human and relatable, but it's also Michelle gives some great practical advice at how to handle adversities and how to face these challenges, right? How to face the difficulties that we all ultimately will face and continue to face as we have human experience, right? So I really encourage you to listen to this book. I mean, I've always been a huge fan of Michelle Obama and the Obamas in general, but again, especially for those of you who may not necessarily agree with her politics, I encourage you to open your mind, open your heart to reading this book. Because that will, I think it can really help broaden your perspective, and it can contribute to your ability to, again, face the challenges that we all ultimately face, right? And face those difficulties. Again, incredibly human, incredibly relatable, and actually incredibly practical as well. So, The Light We Shine by Michelle Obama. That's the first book. The second book, I think I may have mentioned in passing as well, the Athena Doctrine, How Women and the Men Who Think Like Them Will Rule the Future. It's by John Gerzema. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name there, John. John Gerzema and Michael D'Antonio. I'll just show it on the video there. Incredible book. I've had this book, and I read it back when I first got it, back in 2013 or 2012. I think the published date was around that time, maybe 2011 even. But I'm revisiting it right now because, I mean, it's talking about exactly what I've been talking about. And it's amazing that they've been on this idea that the divine feminine and leaning into the yin as far back as when this book was written, right? And to see that how ahead of the time this particular book was, and to see now today how many people are really embracing the yin and the divine feminine, and sharing that in their content, and really being proponents of leaning into the yin. So incredible book. It's been an incredible read so far, and I'm really loving revisiting it. It's almost a sometimes I look at books as coming into my path, or coming into my path, if that makes any sense. Right? Retouching my path, or recrossing my path, because it's meant to be there at that given moment. And this particular book, I just happened to be, cleaning my bookshelf, and I was like, wait a minute, I forgot I had this book. And as as you guys know, if you're regular listeners, I've been talking about leaning into the yin and the divine feminine, a lot lately. And so, it's really cool that the universe, the universe loves to show you signs that you're, I don't know, I was going to say you're on the right trajectory. But because I don't necessarily know that there's a wrong or right. But the universe will find a way to validate, I think, where you are and the path you're on. So I'm really, I love that I'm revisiting this book. And so I encourage you to pick it up. Lots of empirical data and evidence, so it is research backed. It's not just woo woo and how I can be sometimes. So for those of you who are more right brained, it would be good for you. It would be good for you to kind of get the science based conversation around the yin energies and leading into the divine feminine, right? Okay, so that's a good one. Again, that's the Athena Doctrine. And anyways, let's go on to the last book that I'm going to talk about today, Predictive Social Media. I've talked about it a few times, again, in passing here on the show, by Jim Lumpkin. Great book. And this is something I'm leaning more into right now, because it's a little bit more manageable, but it's something that as a network marketer, it teaches how it's teaching me to do something that I already am quite proficient at, but to do that online. Basically networking, right? Connecting and networking and developing relationships. I built my career, I built my business through traditional networking, right? Meeting people, shaking hands, connecting in person, et cetera, and developing relationships offline. And this particular book teaches a 6 Sigma system of how to do that online through social media, right? Without being salesy, right? Without networking, without growing your business and your sales, using social media as a way to network without being salesy, which a lot of people try to do, but end up just being salesy with their posts and with how they connect and how they message people in their DMs and things like that. They forget, I think we all forget that social media, one of the most effective ways of using social media is by developing connections and letting the reach of social media connect you with more people faster, right? And so focusing less on selling and more on connecting and developing relationships, I think is something that we all in the back of our minds know how to do already, but when it comes to growing a business online, we forget. Right, we forget it's just the basic, the foundation of it is human connection. So really, really awesome. And for those of you who know what 6 Sigma is, I never heard of 6 Sigma until I started reading this book and taking Jim's course, and speaking with Jim actually. I can't even define 6 Sigma, but some of you might know it if you're listening to the show. But another great book if you want to pick it up. Again, it's a great way to learn how to network effectively using social media. Okay, so that's gonna be it. Pick those things up. I'll leave a link to all of these books in the show notes of this episode and in the description of the video. Please click on them. If you decide you want to buy one of these books, it'll definitely help me out. Yes, I am. It'll be my Amazon affiliate link. I don't make a lot of money on Amazon, but you would be doing me a favor if you bought that any of these books or all of these books through my link. That's all. Just a little ask. If you don't want to, no big deal. It's not like I haven't been doing this for free for the last 2 years anyways, but I figured why not. Yeah, so have a great weekend. Pick up one of these books for your weekend. And then, of course, we'll catch you on Tuesday with a fresh new one. So until then, be well, be safe. See you in the next episode.